I've always thought of theater, I've always wanted theater to be an invitation place, and every one of my plays is a invitation to a party in my mind that I hope will make you go like, what, huh? But also like, I want to grab your guts and give them a little kiss, and like, I hope that you'll feel like you want that to happen when you watch the play. I think I feel like a certain sense of like urgency more than I have before about like just like want to like make shit with like people that like also like are very hungry and feel an urgency to make stuff, and I just like think that like I hope that like that kind of just spreads and sustains. And I think that sometimes when I think of theater, I like think of like what like I want to like show the world before I leave it and stuff. And like when I think about it that way, like I feel very impatient, and like that sort of impatience and urgency, like I think is gonna make the art that makes like people be like sit there and watch it, because it's gonna be worth it. I am a pretty boring person, but I love video games, I love cooking, I love hanging out with my partner and my kitty, and I love going on walks and stuff. And I also like tend to sometimes like blend like what I'm working on theater with what I'm like doing in real life. So like for my thesis play, I was like wanted to like learn about sourdough baking, so I just got really into learning about like sourdough starters and yeast and stuff. And then that blended also like my I love to spend time in the kitchen and making food and stuff. Beautiful Princess Disorder came from, I think the very first genesis of it was when I first learned about the diagnosis and really self-identified with it, and thought it really helped me give like a structure to like a lot of like a borderline personality disorder, and gave a lot of like structure of like to like think about like the things that like have been like going on in my life, and like things that I felt like I couldn't control. And I was like trolling on Reddit on like all of like BPD memes and stuff, and I saw one that I'm obsessed with. It was like, back then it was still a tweet, and it was, yes babe, you have BPD, you have beautiful princess disorder. And I was like, that's just like, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, and I really enjoyed that reframing too. During rehearsals, I've been like telling everyone I've had like a pretty like feral relationship with like Disney princesses and princess stories too, so it kind of just felt like I latched on and couldn't let go. My two favorite princesses are Mulan and I think Elsa, and she's not my least favorite, but also because I've written an adaptation of The Little Mermaid, and I really wrestled with it. So like The Little Mermaid, both like Hans Christian Andersen one and Ariel, I'm like, ugh. So this ended up happening because one of my oldest mentors, Lisa D'Amour, who's also a playwright and works with Catastrophic Theatre, I think sent Jason Nodler, who's the founding artistic director and the director of this play, some of my plays. And I was actually like rereading some of our first email exchanges, and it was just sort of like we're both a little shy and stuff, but it just like both like from the very start felt like it was like there was something kind of meant to be about this whole connection. And then being in Houston has been like so cool. I really love the city. I've never been to Texas before, and I'm like feel so grateful that Houston, and especially like sort of like the underground like theater community here, is like how I got introduced to it. And there's so many fucking cool artists here. It's like making all kinds of like, and they're so fearless. and it's been really inspiring. I think it's been an adventure, and also both like in a way that has both felt thrilling, but also like I've felt really like held and cared for, and I feel like Catastrophic is like a theater that like has been really interested in like wanting to get to know me and as well, and like sort of like make the play that is like fuzzy in my head, and like in return I've like really found that I really wanted to like make the play that like this gathering of artists are meant to make together.